I always thought I knew everything about my wife. After all, we've been married for 8 years. 8 years of supposedly sharing our lives. Or at least that's what I believed. Turns out, I was playing a lead role in the biggest reality show I never auditioned for. And the plot twist? It involved a million strangers watching her in ways I never imagined. It all started on a Tuesday. I was scrolling mindlessly through my phone during lunch, the usual routine, checking news, emails, and maybe one too many memes. Then I stumbled on a TikTok video that made me stop dead. There she was, my wife, on my screen. But not the woman I saw every morning brushing her teeth next to me. No, this version of her was different. Confident, camera-ready, and, let's say, liberally dressed in ways that would make a Victoria's Secret model blush. I blinked, assuming it was a glitch. Maybe some random woman who looked like her. But the username? It was unmistakably hers. Curiosity mixed with a strange cocktail of disbelief and jealousy, I clicked on the profile. 1 million followers. 1 million. And not a single whisper about it at home. Not a mention. Nada. She had built this huge online persona with thousands of videos all featuring herself, dancing, posing, teasing the camera like a pro. And I was the last person to know. I sat there, heart pounding, trying to process how this woman I loved, the one who complained about my messy socks and my weird habit of leaving half-eaten sandwiches on the counter, was living a double life. A life where millions of people saw her, admired her, and maybe fantasized about her, while I was at work, answering emails and pretending everything was normal. I tried to convince myself it was harmless. Maybe it was just a hobby, a creative outlet. But the more I watched, the more it felt like a betrayal. Because she never told me, not even once. If I had asked about her social media, she would have laughed it off, waved me away, told me to mind my own business. But hiding 1 million followers? That wasn't just privacy. That was a secret world she deliberately kept from me. I started digging deeper. There were no direct messages, no comments from fans on our shared accounts. She was meticulous, professional even. Every video was perfectly edited, every caption carefully written. This wasn't some late-night experiment. This was a full-time gig wrapped in glitter and curves. And here's the kicker. She never asked me for help, never wanted me involved. The woman who used to share every minor detail of her day had locked this part of her life behind a password and a wall of silence. At dinner that night, I tried to act normal, like I hadn't just uncovered the biggest secret in our marriage. I asked about her day, about work, the usual small talk. She smiled, oblivious to the storm brewing in my head. I wanted to confront her, to demand an explanation. But something stopped me. Maybe it was the sheer absurdity of the situation. Or maybe a darker part of me was curious. How far would this double life go? How many nights did she spend filming in front of that ring light, lips glossed and eyes sparkling, while I thought she was asleep? How many times did she rehearse those moves, those poses for a crowd of strangers who never once said hi to me? So, I kept quiet. For now. But inside, the seed of revenge was planted. Because no one keeps a secret like that from me without consequences. And trust me, I'm not a man to let things slide. Tomorrow I decided I would confront her. Not with tears or anger. No, I would outsmart her at her own game. Because if she wanted a secret life online, fine. I'd make sure the price she paid was worth every provocative dance, every sly smile aimed at that camera. After all, in this digital age, nothing stays hidden forever, especially when you have 1 million followers watching. The next morning, I woke up with one mission: find out everything about this secret TikTok empire my wife had built behind my back. If she thought she could just slip between two lives without me noticing, she clearly underestimated my patience and my stubbornness. Started by accidentally leaving my phone on the couch while she showered. Yeah, classic move, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I knew her passcode was something dumb like her birthday or the name of her first cat. After 2 quick tries, I was in. Scrolling through her phone felt like trespassing in a parallel universe. Hundreds of videos saved, drafts waiting to be posted, dozens of apps for editing and analytics. It was like I had stumbled into the control room of a secret media company. Then I discovered the DMs. At first, I thought I'd find flirty messages or some cringe fanboy rants. Nope. Nothing. Instead, there were collaborations with other influencers, brand deals for lingerie and cosmetic products, even payments deposited directly into her PayPal. This wasn't just a hobby. It was a business. And a lucrative one. I kept scrolling, stomach twisting with a mix of jealousy and disbelief. She wasn't just showing a little skin. No, she was practically the queen of cheeky outfits and suggestive dances, all performed with that disarming smile I once thought was reserved only for me. At one point, a message popped up from a fan. "Can't wait for your next video, you're amazing." My blood boiled. Amazing? To a million strangers, sure. To me? She was a stranger now. I was about to put the phone down when a notification popped up. A live stream was starting. Instinctively, I clicked in. There she was, lighting up the screen like a pro. She waved to her followers, laughed at jokes I couldn't hear, and danced with a confidence that made my skin crawl. The way she interacted with her fans, so open, so free, it was like I was watching a completely different woman. Not the one who rolled her eyes when I forgot to take out the trash, but someone who thrived on attention and applause. I listened as she told a story about her day off, cleverly dodging questions about her personal life. No mention of me. No mention of the home she shared with me. It was like I was invisible. After the stream ended, I sat there trying to piece it all together. How had I missed this? How had she kept such a massive secret for so long? And then it hit me. It wasn't just about the followers or the money. It was about control. About power. She was living a version of herself that I wasn't invited to be part of. And honestly, that hurt more than I expected. But here's the thing about secrets. They're like glass. Fragile. Easy to shatter. That afternoon, I went to the local coffee shop where she sometimes met her friends. I wanted to find out if anyone else knew. Maybe someone had slipped up, dropped a hint. No luck. Everyone acted normal. Or maybe they were just as good at keeping secrets as she was. Back home, I waited for her, rehearsing what I would say. But when she walked in, laughing and humming, I realized I didn't want to start a fight. Not yet. Instead, I smiled and said, "Hey, you seem happy today." She looked surprised but shrugged. "Just a good day." "Why?" "Nothing," I said, eyes narrowing slightly. "Just wondering what it's like to have a million fans watching your every move." Her smile faltered for a split second. "You're joking, right?" I let the silence hang, heavy and sharp. "No," I said finally. "I saw your TikTok." Her face went pale, then flushed with anger. "You had no right to invade my privacy." "Privacy?" I echoed. "You think hiding a whole secret life from your husband is privacy?" She said nothing. That's when I realized this wasn't just a betrayal of trust. It was a challenge. And I was ready to play. I wanted her to know that secrets don't stay buried. Especially when you've got a million people watching. And especially when the husband you ignored knows exactly how to make a scene. So I started planning. Not a wild confrontation. Not a public shaming. No, something better. Something slow and sweet. A little taste of her own medicine. Because if she wanted to perform for millions, I would give her an audience she couldn't ignore. And not the kind she wanted. The game was on. After days of simmering in silence, I finally set my plan in motion. No impulsive outbursts, no dramatic confrontations, just cold, calculated moves. Because if she wanted a show, I'd give her one, starring her, but on my terms. First, I created a new TikTok account. Simple username, nothing flashy. Just a guy who happened to be married to a 1 million follower influencer with a secret double life. I called it Mr. Secret Viewer. Catchy, right? I started posting clips. Nothing outrageous, just harmless snippets of our everyday life. The morning coffee she always spilled. The way she sang off key while cooking, the mess she made with her workout gear. Innocent stuff. But here's the twist. I edited those clips with little captions hinting at something she was hiding. Secret. Life? You bet. Guess who's got 1 million followers and never told me? Stay tuned for the full story. Suddenly, my follower count started climbing. People were curious. The internet loves a good mystery, especially one involving a secretive social media queen and her unsuspecting husband. Within days, other TikTok users began tagging her videos with comments like, "Is this your husband?" and "He knows your secret." The whispers spread fast. Of course, she noticed. I saw it in the way her confident smile faltered, the way she checked her phone every 5 seconds. The glamorous woman who once danced for millions was now nervously biting her nails in private. One evening she confronted me. "Stop it," she demanded. "You're embarrassing me." "Embarrassing you?" I laughed. "Honey, you've been embarrassing me for years with your silence. I'm just shining a little spotlight back." She glared, but I wasn't done. I posted the final clip. A video of her walking into the house late at night, phone in hand, giggling at a new follower's comment. The caption read, "The truth behind the screen. I'm exposed." That video blew up. Her followers were shocked, confused. Some loyal fans defended her, but many began to question what else she was hiding. At home, the atmosphere shifted. The woman who once held a secret kingdom now felt like a queen dethroned. But the best part? The brands she worked with started pulling out. They didn't want drama. A scandal, even a small one, could ruin their carefully crafted images. Suddenly, the money stream slowed. The hobby wasn't so fun anymore. One night she sat me down. "We need to talk," she said, voice trembling. I nodded. "Yeah, we do." She confessed everything. How she felt trapped in our life, how TikTok gave her freedom, attention, power. How she was afraid I wouldn't understand. I listened. I really did. But then I smiled, the kind of smile that says, "Welcome to my world." "Next time," I said, "try sharing your secrets with me before the internet finds out." She nodded, tears in her eyes. And that, my friend, is how you turn a secret TikTok life into the ultimate lesson. Because in this game of followers and secrets, the one who controls the story wins, and now I control